Pulled out the support Gyrocopter and the Faceless Void. So teams down here are getting real creative with their drafts.
They are indeed, and we were talking about them a little bit before, but old mate Gary, the Boom CEO himself, put a bit of a tweet out earlier today. He tagged Anna in it, and he said, "Hey Anna, I played 3 Dota games yesterday, and I see 3 undying carries. Please, he's in a position to be able to prevent that farm from happening."
Top lane, here we go. Finally, they're going to look to rotate Lelouch. He's got the X's in, ready to rock and roll for our first kill and our first ultimate of the game as Cuckoo will be able to TP out.
The plus side.
The TP behind Thompson. It's just the Primal Beast. Not too much pressure is going to be put onto the Morphling for the moment.
Silence.
They do get the silence out. The attribute shift's going to be there fast enough. Thompson can reposition with the waveform, but it's going to be on Cuckoo to turn it around in the team fight. The Scythe is there to secure the kill onto AU, the first charge of the game. But now you don't have the ultimate to deal with the death profit, but it does not matter as Thompson blows him up. On a nearby as well. New 1 point in the tombstone, but they are ready to fight on T1. They're going to go for Natsumi instead. A beautiful angle from Zephyr. Slides on forward, catching out Natsumi in the lane. And now they can look to put some damage into the pin to protect the Necro. So they're going to even bring another member on Polaris to try and surround the position 3 of T1. They'll make him work for it, but in the end, they will finally be able to secure the kill. A big one to slow down the Necro's game.
And I mean, how close are we to these Lotuses? I feel like that's the only thing we're waiting for.
Force gets it on. It's on to Arna. Looks like the burst going to be enough. Okay. Very, very big pickoff. That's thanks to the...
They just wanted to put himself up on the front lines. They don't have any
waveform in. They get the call before the attribute shift, and once again, the first life is blown up. But how can they set themselves up for round 2? They need to deal with the tombstone. Lelouch is going to be able to address that. They're committed for their exorcism for this team fight, though. It looks like all they'll get is... Davies? Nice pick off. Be able to kill off the Sky. So as soon as they see the Sky with me, call it out. Forced to use the tombstone just to give them some vision. But as soon as they see that, they don't have really the capability just to put all their attention on killing off a tombstone. Waveform form, he doesn't get the blink jump. Another hook shot from Zephyr. Perfect target. They catch out Lelouch, but the damage isn't there for the moment. Lelouch has an opportunity to turn it back around thanks to the BKB. No one's died. Oh my lord.
No one's died, and more importantly, they didn't actually pop the exorcism, so they could look to go back in. They've still got a lot of this damage. Just the 20 seconds left. Oh, but the Mystic Flare being available again, maybe just being a little bit more conscious about fighting around this tombstone that Anna's trying to keep healthy, but that magnetic field, they look to get this kill.
The follow-up's going to be there. Thompson forced up in. Waveform as well. Thompson knows no fear, but the hook! Zephyr! Cloaks on 3! Scythe onto the axe, but it's going to buy back. They're going to look to rejoin the fight, T1. They have to respect the base defense out of Polaris. And look at them not overcommitting. The discipline onto T1. They will not continue with the dive. They're going to back up as soon as they see the buyback out of Force and go for the objectives.
Rock Throw trying to do his best to push it out, but what are they waiting for? Maybe it feels like 2 seconds.
A double call with the Mystic Flare. They're going to try and pull up Arna. They're able to do so with Force. That's a dieback on your axe. That's all the initiation out of Polaris, and now they're in trouble. It's Thompson. He's still got the Aegis. A waveform into the middle, but the Pulverize into the turnaround. Thompson, he looks unkillable at the moment. Another Grave into the heal up. They might be able to deal with the first side, but look at the Satanic lifesteal. Thompson back in fighting shape. They'll charge in. The stun control might be enough this time, but as soon as I say that, Thompson's back up to full health. They only tickled the beast, and onto the tier 4 towers they go.
That was without even the active on the Satanic as well. He was just right-clicking. That's how strong he is, along with that Paladin sword. Still end up dropping. You've got 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so you don't want to expend it, and yep, there we go. Pops the Satanic, full HP again. Once more, you don't have the axe, you don't have the damage as Anna, he's putting himself out there. Pull back. Can't die.
He's going to wait for me. Well, they got the Aegis for another minute 30, so plenty of time still to stick in the base, and Thompson's going to make another call to try and lead onto the tier 4 tower. So no, with Force on without the hands of the axe, it's very difficult for Polaris to get that initiation. They can't even kill him, man. They can't even kill him. Mystic Flare, look at the voice line out of Thompson as well. Very cute indeed. Polaris just butting their heads against the wall time and time again. But the Morphling takes the tier 4 down. The throne's exposed, and no one is gonna die in tier 1 on this last assault.
Last chance with the axe.
Is alive. That's an incredible job.
The damage
for the core. There's no damage there. T1 sustain is too much for Polaris to handle. What a well-executed game 1 coming out from Dyer. The throne will pop shortly. Let's see, it's going to be an incredible jump to stall this one out. It has to be perfect, and it's only onto the Morphling. They haven't even killed off the first life.
He's still not dead.
Times I've said that through this team fight. Oh my lord. Finally. How can they set up for round 2? Instant silence, into the pulverize. They might have the damage. No way. They finally get him. And AU's going to try and charge onto Ana as well, who's locked inside the base.
That's a dieback.
Dieback, I believe, on Ana. And now Cuckoo as well is stuck in no man's land. So Polaris, they will
doesn't have dieback.
Another day.
That was the real Natsumi as well.
They see him again. He's on the ward. Force gets a jump. The missing clear out with the burst potential to chain control. It needs to be perfect. Can they cull him down throughout the grave? Thompson out to the left. Back in with the BKB, and the Morphling's okay. Now Polaris, how can they continue to take the team fight? They don't have the damage to deal with the Morphling. Now that he's back up to full health, Thompson can stand his ground. Beat onto Polaris. They've even got Ana nearby too. 4,400 health on the Undying. Just chunking down one member after the next as T1, they survived the last attempt, and now they can walk it down to
Target, he'll have that defensive capability.
Brother.
Taking out Thompson, but
I don't know.
man's got Aegis.
Let's see. They jump in with the Hex. The Dagon burst as well. They might be able to deal with the first life. But drop the cull, but the counter initiation's going to come out. Instantly, Zephyr's into the middle to try and disrupt them. Pushing back Polaris so Thompson can respawn and set himself up for round 2. As Polaris have successfully killed off the Aegis advantage, but Avius, he moves a little bit too far forward. Ana's going to be in with the right clicks, Tombstone dropped, and now with the throne exposed, T1, they could just make the call to deal with the buildings instead of the heroes. Ana, or he wants more blood, he wants to stack up the decay. Protected with the BKB and the Lotus Orb for the moment, it's going to be cautious how low he falls, but the Cheese giving the bonus health back for the moment, so Ana's going to be okay.
Throne's
Polaris,
exposed.
They'll successfully retreat inside the base, but the throne's falling fast. Bubble will buy them some time, some valuable seconds.
Stubble available again. Dagon 5 with the Octarine. Want to be spamming out these abilities off cooldown. If they can get it, they found Thompson.
Beautiful force stuff once again out to the right side. Thompson's going to be alright. They've been able to reposition. They need to keep their eyes towards the throne because it's falling low with the creeps. Thompson, he can just waveform in. A bubble once again along with the glyph. They'll kill off Zephyr, but they need more heroes down in the grave. Force is going to try and find an angle to the middle along with AU, but no way to protect the throne. Thompson, he'll waveform in, killing off Natsumi, who's got a buyback. But there's way too many creeps inside the base. Not enough heroes from Polaris to defend. And in the end, it'll take them 53 minutes, but T1 will be... I just remembering, as soon as we went to break, I said, dude, I didn't expect to be casting an Arc Warden today. And now I got 2, and it's just funny because I think of Thompson as really the Arc Warden player. Like, I again, seen him pioneer a lot of Arc Warden builds. So he's like, you know, Natsumi, you try the Arc Warden. I'll show you how it's done. Let me teach you a thing or two with the Arc Warden.
Got the Helm of Iron Will at least for some of that regen coming through.
The river up top, the Loosh
Okay.
has enough mana for the Laguna Blade. Whitemon's gonna at least be able to get the Tombstone out before he dies. Of Whitemon, they don't even get the kill on the Undying in at T1. They can move towards the Loosh at the mouth of the pit as Thompson finds first blood on the Arc Warden.
Push these lanes out, so Midas feels like the ideal item.
Look at this, Thompson and Zephyr combined together onto AU they go. The Observer Ward in the jungle, they're able to scout out the Wyvern's position. Similar here for Polaris, but just comes down to their pickup potential. We might see that be the case as top lane force, but look at the bait. Ana, they were already in the tree line. He gets the double chrono. Now Tempest double will join the party. They'll target down the Sky's Mage first, and now they can look to avoid force. However, he's able to bring down Ana before they secure the kill. Some incredible armor toggles from force. He'll do it again. The Marcia will reign supreme throughout the skirmish. Beauty. TP1 and Zephyr's under cover of the Invis. does have the lead, so the Sky behind her at the moment might be able to get a rebound target to back to safety, but the chain control is perfect from T1 along with the damage. This will open up bottom now, as Cuckoo's also going to be in some trouble. Oh no, they missed the stun though. Will not have the opportunity to be able to TP out. The curse can always stop that. Oh my lord. Let's see if it goes for a TP out. I think they'll still have the damage to get the kill afterwards. It looks like they will. Cuckoo's not even going to make the attempt. They might lose AU.
Roaming sort of lineup where you need to be able to respond consistently a lot of the
Look
time.
at the position from the T1 supports. Oh, they're going to pounce up. They know exactly where they are, ready to take the fight as Natsumi's going to come from the right side as well, blocking out the escape avenue for the Undying. But at least he scouts him out. Xavier's going to go on the tree line, force down to the south, and the TP from AU. They want to fight, but T1, they brought the numbers to the skirmish. A Bramble will hold back AU for the moment. A Curse going to be able to cover the retreat. Do they consider about going back in on Polaris instead? It's going to be the Arc Warden that gets the kill, and they won't even have to commit to try and help out. Now Natsumi with the song, can he catch up to Cuckoo? Now with the bonus movement speed, he will be able to close the distance, and Lelouch can fall with the LSA as well. Cuckoo attempt to try and disrupt this with the Roar, but it's not going to be there fast enough as Polaris beautifully done. They bring the numbers to take this down.
Want to try and scale into the late game. They're not going to let them in mid lane. He's actually getting jumped on here. 100 to 0 just from that combo. Force.
They're going to jump in straight towards Ana. They go with the Mystic Flare. Forward, they won't even need it. Force has got too much damage out of the Unleash. Now they're going to chase down more. As AU, no messing around. A Curse for Whitemon. A Laguna Blade as well for good measure. Why not drop a couple of ultimates just to...
Same with the Tempest double, but you want to be able to like thing in the lane like the Mjolnir active onto one of these creeps from the Tempest double so that it's a lot easier. That's a little bit deep.
A little bit deep is definitely an understatement.
Too many heroes. Roshing instead. Tries to go for the solo pickoff and, well, the jump away. Looks like it won't be effective enough where he gets caught out with the brambles, but definition of space created, right?
Understood.
Oh,
they're just baiting. Look at the turnaround from Zephyr. It terrorize onto two. The Curse Crown as well for good measure. Natsumi considering with the ultimate, but he doesn't get it off. He pump faked the song, and Ana's going to be in with the Chronosphere. The bashes into the Roar as the chain control is ever so perfect from T1.
to catch him out. Thompson, he's going for the wrap play. Might even be trying to kill Xavier's here, but Hold Embrace should be able to save him, although...
As well. They're going to move in. The Bedlam from Zephyr gets the kill, but gotta sacrifice his own life, and it feels like the end point. That's a lot of vision. Ana, they're all grouped up with the Chrono. It's on to two. The Wyvern's not going to be nearby to protect him. Force tried to jump in to chuck him out, but he wasn't able to do so. Ana, though, he's got to be cautious. A time walk out to the right side. The BKB will hold it back for the moment. The bashes from Force locks him into place. Ana still has a time walk to play with, but the BKB's expired, and now they can get on top of the Faceless Void and bring him down. And meanwhile, they've lost out Thompson as well. All the cores are crumbling on T1. And now they'll finally deal with Whitemon as well in the backline as Polaris. They're just too far ahead. T1, they don't have the answer to... You stick around. Cuckoo, jump in. Great reactions. He gets the roll, but look at the damage. Oh my lord, this Lena with the MKB completed. Lelouch is just right-clicking them again. Force is on to Thompson. A Hurricane Pipe will get some distance to Polaris. They don't want to dive under the tower. Maybe with this song will buy them some time to reset. Force will have to pop the... Oh, he did jump out. Now Radiant. Lelouch is very far on the front line. Ana's going to be there. Natsumi, he doesn't have the song once again, but the terrorist fault as well. They might finally be able to kill off the Lena. As Ana secures the first kill, they're even going to look to buy it, but what a curse on the back line. Holding three into place to buy them time to now to address the Faceless Void issue. They haven't got it on top of Thompson though. The Arc Warden still playing inside the river, starting to stack up the damage. Lelouch, you're going to be cautious. You just fought back. But the BKB, he can fly himself out to safety, but Thompson doesn't have the same capability as Natsumi. Locked on his air, no hesitation. Natsumi's not going to mess around. As soon as the smoke pops, we'll just chuck up the song, and Ana is completely surrounded. A BKB, a hope, and a...
They're down a core. 6 lives essentially running at them.
They're going to try and blow up the first life without committing too heavily. Look at the jump in from Force, so straight on Thompson's location. If they kill the Arc Warden, it's game. Thompson's down. That's a dieback. And now Force is going on for more. What a incredible Marcy performance coming through from the offlaner and Polaris. I've been incredibly impressed with how he's been able to start these fights time and time again for the boys on Radiant. And it looks like we will be getting a game 3 out of this series.
Mentioned that he would just need to do a little bit too much to be able to pull it off for them, and I mean, he has delivered in spades. They're going to try for this last defense coming through. Terrorize keeps getting pumped back. They want to try and wait for Ana to be respawning. Maybe now they need to use that Terrorize. Just a little bit of time. Just feel like they're going to be lacking the damage still, though. Curse again.
Oh, a beautiful curse to close this one out as Polaris taking game 2. There's also a window here where if the lanes go really poorly for Polaris, they could just have a lot of issues with making plays across the map, and all of a sudden T1 they get first Roche and they just start running down objectives.
Think the lanes are going to go poorly though?
No, I think PL's got a winning matchup. There's the Batrider. Pretty much anyone farms, like trades farm versus the Zeus, so that's
60 damage just on its own. So really easy now to be able to get these last hits and not necessarily rely purely on the Earthshake to be able to do that. Top side, Ana is actually getting focused down here, and there we go. Bot lane, you got Blink Dagger.
All right, they find him. A big jump from Cuckoo onto the PL, but there's no damage. Natsumi's okay, still gotta be cautious. The threat of the Thunder Gods, but Ana, he might be in trouble. Steps too far forward, Lelouch can bounce back with the help of Whitemon nearby though, but Ana's on the wrong side of the fissure. Xavius was able to drag him away, but there's no kills occurring top bottom as everyone gets out, but maybe Cuckoo can chase down Xavius. They know that the Marcy TP down bottom, so they'll look to dive under the tower. It will make him work for it, but in the end, that's gonna be Thompson that gets the kill. It's up to a killing spree.
The timing they're playing for is the hard.
Under mid. They get the blink from Lelouch. It's a decent start, but they don't get to bounce back onto Thompson. At least the Pro's going to be able to hold him inside the river. Xavier's going to try and fall with the damage as well, but Thompson's still alive for the moment till Force jumps in, gets him Elephant. The answer from Cuckoo's not enough. They'll be able to charge him down, and now without the back rider along with the Zeus, it's easy pickings for the rest of Polaris. As Lelouch can close the distance onto Whitemon. Repositioning out of the Omni Knight, but still Lelouch is going to try and target down the Templar Assassin instead, because they've got the Black Hole follow-up solo onto Ana, but that's all they needed. Next Roche is going to be spawning shortly as well, but look at them charging forward. That's a big pick-off. They get the Earthshaker. It's a lot of their stun control in the middle of the fight.
Thompson, that's even better.
To the Omni Knight instead. They're onto the Whitemon Omni, but they might not be able to bring him down. Instantly utilizing the ultimate. It's going to give him enough coverage, but not to the right. Force is in. What a disastrous black hole. As T1 have got no response. The ultimate to secure the team. They're going to be able to move in though with this start. T1 playing the distance. Ana's going to try and get the jump. The last right click, it's enough to get the kill. That's a big one to be able to bring down. They get Marcy as well, but in the middle of the team fight, Lelouch and Natsumi. They're onto Cuckoo. It's not going to be enough damage because meanwhile, Ana is just ripping the backline apart. A triple kill for the Templar Assassin. It's going to move over towards the Pain Clear with the blink back online. Ana gets an Ultra, and all of a sudden, T1 a path over to Radiant's jungle. Whitemon do not want to enter the higher ground. This is a hero that is so important to the lineup at T1. You cannot lose Omni Knight at the start of the fight. It's Cuckoo. He gets a jump. Over to Xavius. AU's instantly with the banishment. But there's a double damage run as well. Natsumi's going to snag that up, so they will have this advantage now as instantly T1 on the retreat. They'll be able to get back towards the T2 tower. Can they go back in though? Because meanwhile, Whitemon, he's completely isolated a rest from the T1 members. They'll kill off the Omni Knight. He does have a buyback to rejoin if the team fight breaks out. Looks like that's not going to be the case.
As soon as they saw that Observer Ward with the lightning bolt being dropped next to Whitemon,
that's an aggressive blink. Definitely going to be in some trouble now. Instant use of the Nullify, but the Acro Slam, it's not going to be able to get enough distance away as the Illusions will finish the kill. Another surprise. Smoke's gonna pop. Here they want to look to jump. Marcy is away from the team, so once again, they're gonna lead him with the lasso to try and bring him down, but the damage isn't there. Lelouch, look at the rolling thunder, now the black hole! Onto 2, and eclipse the important target on Ana. Now they can look to clean up the members of T1, as one by one they go. Bottom lane, Thompson. Force is in. It's, oh no, they cut the Barrier as as well, so they can't get the break. They won't be able to cancel the black holes again. Onto 2 goes the ultimate for the instant use of the buyback. T1, they need to get something out of the top, some buyback, but they're retreating. Instead, Cuckoo is out to the left. The lasso drag back with Arnie nearby. They'll bring down Lelouch, and Aeon Disc will only delay it for a 1-for-1.
Needs to be able to come back into this game.
I'm on you. Very far on the front line. Same with Arna. They'll get the instance onto the real Phantom Lance, but the chain control's not going to be there as he moves over to the right side with the Echo Slam now. They're trying to target him, but the black hole of a lifetime force. Where's the damage to? Natsuma's going to try and turn it back around and doppelganger targeting down Arna. They've got the real TA.
They got to get on top
of the kill, but Arna's going to buy back. He's going to try and rejoin the fight, but it might be too late as Natsumi's too far. They don't have the answers to the PL, as now they can look to clean up. Arna brought back, and he might be sent to the grave for the final time this game. But a Fissure buying some valuable seconds, but they'll toss him back into the middle of the team fight as Natsumi's locked onto his target. Arna's gone, no option as well, and look at Lelouch. It might be a rampage, and you bet it is. Natsumi, give him the double rampage, and that'll be it. What a team fight to send Polaris to the grand finals and get their rematch against Talon.